อาตมาเป็นคนกลัวผีอย่างเดียว
ที่ถลายไถเผือกอยู่กับพื้นแล้วบอกว่าเป็นปลาเข้าสิงเนี่ยฮะแล้วก็เหมือนขาเนี่ยน่าเข้าใจว่าเนี่ยเหมือนเป็นครีบ
ไอ้ไข่เป็นเด็กวัดต้องชอบไก่แล้วกัปตันอเมริกาเมื่อกี้มาจากไหนแล้วฮักมาจากไหนแล้วไอรอนแมนมาจากไหนเดี๋ยวก่อนขออนุญาตมาเวลเขาหรือยัง
200,000ครับผมองค์นี้มีคนให้ผมอยู่ที่ประมาณ1,500,000 บาท
ปีมะโรงหรือปีมังกรเนี่ยเป็นปีที่ต้องระวังเรื่องความขัดแย้ง
พุทธในประเทศไทยมันเป็นพุทธที่เติบโตมาจากผีแล้วมันก็เลยปนระหว่างพุทธกับผี
Thailand is a country in Southeast Asia which has a large area. Thailand has varied cultures because this country has many ethnic people. So, culture, values, and beliefs in its locality are different. Among many beliefs in Thailand, the most popular story for Thai people are beliefs in superstition, spirits, occult magic, and amulets. These beliefs are basic from the way of life of Thai people in the past.
Belief in superstition. Belief in superstition is an ancient belief with strategy. In order to deceive you to follow this ancient belief are what ancient people used to teach their children to be careful and not to be reckless. Held Lisa. The ancients said absolutely forbidden to leave the house if the voice was behind or a strength, then postpone the journey. But if the voice are in the front or left, it is possible to travel. Will make the journey smooth and comfortable. In fact, this belief that the ancient people want their children to be careful in their journey. Do not cut your nails at night. Ancestors' spirits will not be happy because in the past, clipping nails used a genmark knife or a small knife. At night, in the past, there was no electricity. The night was dark, so do not cut nails at night because it could be injured. Walking up the stairs. Walk up or walk down the stairs. You should step by step. Don't take 3 steps at a time. It means to do something step by step. Don't rush because it may cause an unexpected method and may not succeed. Do not hang clothes overnight. Grasser will whip her mouth. The ancient people made a trick based on the fear of children. So do not forget to keep the clothes that they dry. Because the clothes that were used in the past, most of them are fabrics that are woven from cotton almost entirely. The weaving and sewing each piece take a long time, as sophisticated technology is not used to help like today. It can easily become damaged. Therefore, leaving the clothes on overnight that have rain or dew, it make the clothes wet, making the clothes old faster.
For the belief illustrated above, the ancient belief of Thai people are used to teach their children. With this, superstition is still hidden in the belief of ghosts and religions. For example, do not tie clothes overnight. Grasser will whip its mouth or should awaken up the Buddha shells. However, some beliefs are beliefs that the ancients used in the wrong way. For example, the barn owl clinging to the roof of the house will cause bad omens, causing many Thai to discard and kill the barn owl. While the barn owl didn't cause much trouble for the villagers. On the other hand, the barn owl helped the villager to kill pests such as mice as well. Therefore, many ancient beliefs about superstition were created to teach their children. But we must have judgment and choose to adapt to the faith in order to transmit and preserve the Thai belief properly.
An amulet is a form of sacred object
The amulet is referring to small Buddha. It was originally built to contain the pagoda. But the passing of time, Buddhism transferred to commercial Buddhism. The amulet changed its appearance as well. The small Buddha image become two miniature figures of Buddhist monks, bodhisattvas, and deities. Mostly they are created according to the popularity of people who believe in mercy, great popularity, supernatural powers, and miracles such as escape, invulnerability, and lucky. The most famous amulets in Thailand are the Benjapaki or 5 amulets consisting of พระสมเด็จวัดระฆัง พระรอด พระนางพญา พระผงสุพรรณ and พระซุ้มกอ each of which has high price from tens of thousands to tens of millions. พระสมเด็จวัดระฆัง can be considered as king of amulets and is the principal Buddha image of the Benjapaki. พระสมเด็จวัดระฆัง was built by หลวงพ่อโต a monk who has been respected until now, and he was also the former abbot of the Wat Rakhang Kositharam. It is believed that พระสมเด็จวัดระฆัง has many Buddhist graces, especially about the Great Mercy. In addition, พระสมเด็จวัดระฆัง also represent the early Ratanakosin era. พระรอด was first excavated around the beginning of King Rama V at Mahawan Temple in Mueang District, Lamphun Province, when the pagoda in Wat Mahawan is partially damaged and collapsed. Therefore, found a large number of print Buddha images inside the shady chamber. People who found them at that time called the printed Buddha image พระรอด because they were similar to พระรอดหลวง, which were ancient Buddha images of the original temple. พระรอด was popular for escaping, which represent the Lopburi era. พระนางพญา originated at วัดนางพญา Pisanuloak Province. People believe that the person who created the พระนางพญา was พระวิสุทธิกษัตรี consort of สมเด็จพระมหาธรรมราชา the king in the Ayutthaya period. พระนางพญา popular in terms of benevolence and prestige, represent the Ayutthaya period. พระผงสุพรรณ one of the famous Buddha images. The evidence found that พระผงสุพรรณ was excavated at the large pagoda of วัดพระศรีรัตนมหาธาตุ Suphanburi Province in 1913. Because there are criminals who often come in illegally dig พระปราง and stole quite a bit of golden amulets, including several golden yard inscriptions. The official opening of the dungeon at that time, they received many amulets from the chamber. It is Prapang body boasts of พระผงสุพรรณ and many other famous amulets. พระผงสุพรรณ is popular in terms of invulnerability, which represent the Utong era. พระซุ้มกอ วัดพระบรมธาตุนครชุม had a story that in the past พระสมเด็จพุทธจารย์โต came to visit his relative at กำแพงเพชร in 1849. He found amulets at วัดพระบรมธาตุนครชุม a large number which are พระซุ้มกอ and found the silver yard inscription mentioning the creation of amulets. He also found spell and method for creating amulets. It is said that หลวงพ่อโต used this method for creating สมเด็จวัดระฆัง พระซุ้มกอ is popular in terms of wealth, which represent the Sukhothai era. In addition, พระเบญจภาคี Thailand also have many famous amulets, such as พระยอดธง พระไพรีพินาศ The amulet is often accomplished by spells, which is about the occult magic. The magic spells are divided in two types, which are magic that is used in good way, such as chants, and black magic, such as enchantment, and awakening the evil spirits, with the aim of harming the other. In conclusion, amulets and magic spells are the things that used to hold the mind, strengthening and encouragement for the person who wear it. On the other hand, amulets are the products that use people beliefs to run the economy as well.
Ghost is local legend or urban legend. It is a story that be told continuously, and the story of something that lives in another dimension or another world. Normally people cannot see ghosts, but belief said that some of ghosts could appear and try to communicate with the others. Depend on the power of that ghost, the belief in ghosts. If you look collectively, it can prove, but Thai people don't think to blaspheme because it will cause bad things to my life. To research local Thai legends and Thai ghost stories, so we go to the area at Kanchanaburi province that have many tales and many legends because this place used to be an old battlefield in many times. There are many archaeological sites and places where many people say that there is a living spirit. But why on the research journey, we have an unexpected event in my audio recordings. I record a video while I was driving and was honking at a child. Then I parked the motorcycle beside the road and checked the audio recording. I could hear was the sound of wire jamming into the phone, but horn was not here. I decided I will record again, but this time I could hear horn. The events we encountered, it might be a coincidence or it is a mystery. No matter what it is, this story will be in our memory for a long time. The first place we visited was the Prostitute Cemetery, a place with many tales of ghosts. We tried to ask the villagers in the area about the belief of ghosts, but no one answered our question. For many reasons, they didn't want to tell. For example, they didn't want to tell things of ghosts, or didn't want to think of a bad story from the past, because in the past it was a place of sex for men to use. Not all those women were willing to sell their service, in which many lives have been deceived into working. At the place of Prostitute Cemetery had many women who died here, and there were stories of the villagers. They said that someday we have heard a woman crying and hearing a child screaming. For this reason, it was a popular place for ghost hunters, including various ghost programs like to film here. Another place that we went to, Prasat Muang Sing, is was intended to be a Buddhist place in Mahamaya Buddhism and is expected to build around the 17th century. There were many tales of this place, and another tale is a set of dramas was filmed. However, was heavy rain continuously that could not be taken until there were villagers nearly scarce during the worship ceremony and offer aid which was enough to follow ceremony. The rain really stopped, and while filming, which was a picture of the actor dancing according to the spirit, but it appeared that the back of the actor has a person wearing chadar. But the important thing of Prasat Muang Sing, not a supernatural story, but a beautiful architecture.
In the past, the belief is the thing that iterates from generation to generation for a long time. The purpose of doing something, such as teach descendants or support, but the world has been changed, and then the belief has been changed, become a new thing, both art and commerce. In the past, beliefs were developed from word of mouth, the inheritance of belief through sculpture, such as the sculpture of Buddha image, and literature like the Thitiphan Niamhom, literature written about Thai belief, the story of Samsay, hell and heaven, literature about Khun Chang Khun Pan that was written in the late Ayutthaya period to the early of Ratana Kosin. This literature will intervene of belief about occultism, spirit, and luck. The rapidly changing times, there are many publications such as newspapers or magazines that make believe it written through column in newspaper or magazines for reader, which is mostly a spirit story that may be true or fiction, may not know. And another popular is amulet, which is about accident columns. People often say someone was saved from an accident because the amulet helped them. The printing media has expanded the belief based from word of mouth into an economy with thousands of annual turnover money. Therefore, amulet business began to expand more. The largest amulet market in Thailand is Thapachan Amulet Market. Nowadays, amulets are sold in a more diverse range, so we can see the amulet shop in the fair market and the online market more. That the amulet has price ranking from tens of millions to the hundreds. There are always fluctuations in the price, but for those who want to rent the amulets, you should study how to look at the amulets because the amulets are often falsified. Therefore, buying amulets without studying is no different from buying lottery tickets. After that, the belief was transmitted through radio with a famous program in the past to the present. The Shock is a program is allow listener to tell story about ghosts and mysteries.
In the meantime, beliefs are transmitted through the form of movie, cartoons, and TV series. Most of them will tell about ghost stories, which may be horror like Malevolent Spirit program, which will mainly focus on horror of the ghost. There is main point on the scene of jump scare or drama like Mana Pakanong that bring up the legend of tragedy that have been delivered from generation to the next and adjust this story into a movie fantasy action genre such as Khun Pan movie. This is adapted from the story of a real person like Khun Pan Tharak Rachadeva, a police butter with magic technique, and he can catch many bad robbers. And some of more popular genres are comedies, such as Ban Pi Pop, which focus on humor than the fear of ghosts. The Thai film about belief that earned the most money in Thailand is Pima movie. Pima cost a total of 559.59 million baht and was shown in foreign countries as well. Although the movie was success, but the animation doesn't make a lot of money despite some animation are more costly than movie, such as The Legend of Muay Thai Kao Satra, The Giant King, and Krut, the Himaphan Warrior. Are cartoons that have been made upon all belief, but didn't make the money as expected. The world has entered an era where technology has progressed further. The belief is transmitted to another way. That is very popular is the game. The game about the Thai belief that are successful and popular around the world. It is Home Sweet Home, a horror game that relates to episodes, which became a trend for a while. It is a game that will communicate the story of Thai belief, as it made people around the world to interested in Thai belief, as well as the result of the success of Home Sweet Home. It is expected the Thai game developer will continue to expand into various games related to Thai belief, which is going to have a game called Peta. It is a game about the Thai belief of Yin. It will be released soon. In addition, belief is transmitted through song or various products as well, and some beliefs are kept as tourist attraction, such as Kamchanod. In each year, there was a lot of income circulating. This place became both a landmark and foundation for the expansion of the local economy as well.
Thai belief is something that indicates the uniqueness of Thailand. It indicates that Thai people are connected with nature, religions, and foreign cultures, which belief has been delivered from generation to next. Although in the more modern world, but beliefs still have some ancient belief. Even though people in this generation do not shoot their faiths in accordance with their original purpose, because of the faith is modified, it is caused to remain and continue to inherit. If something had not changed one day, it will be disappear, but if something modification and development, it will be forever.